Yeah. So, yeah.
Turn Misty on, and then we can get going with this thing.
I guess we should. Yes. Here we go. On, and she's on.
Hello.
So stoked to see her.
Yep, we didn't even mention it during the first half hour of the show, but y'all, we've got Mysti Mayhem live in the studio.
Woohoo!
Hello, how are you?
We're better now that you're here. And you know the deal. You know that we just roll right into a song. So are you ready to just blow the roof off the place?
I am.
Sweet.
I am ready. I'd love to start it with A Good Day to Be Alive.
Oh,
It's an
good
original
song.
My
song.
favorites.
Yes. I wrote it one day because I was having a very bad day.
Yeah.
And I wanted to write a song about how bad my day was going. But instead, out came this song of deep gratitude and realization that one day I'm not going to have a bad day on earth. And it will be at that point I would have given anything to have a day, whether it was bad or good. So every day is a good day to be alive.
Amen.
It's a good day to be alive, being able to share this special place and time. Being grateful for opening my eyes is enough. Sometimes I say it's a good day to be alive. I said amen. Every moment holds a key that opens another door. But your keys ain't gonna work on these new doors no more. If you find yourself in a dark place, maybe you're just being planted. And one day you'll blossom, open with the gifts you were granted. I say it's a good day to be alive, being able to share this special place and time. Being grateful for opening my eyes is enough. Sometimes I say it's a good day to be alive. All right. And I know life's a slippery slope, so if you're sliding down the mountain, you gotta look around for a friend, for someone to confide in. Yes, all of us brothers and sisters are here to help each other. Making it to the top alone don't mean nothing without shelter. I say it's a good day to be alive. It's being able to share this space, a place, and time. Being grateful for opening my eyes is enough. Sometimes I say it's a good day to be alive. Yeah. I said amen, 'cause it's a good day to be alive. Yes, it is.
Mysti Mayhem live here in the studio, and yes, it is a good day to have Mysti Mayhem live here in the studio. Happy 2025, y'all. Isn't this a good way to start it out?
This
Yes,
is good.
yes.
Now, you're a friend of the show. You've been here a handful of times, and but remind people who might be new to listening to the show, because we've been here, 10 years now? This is a 10-year-old show. Am I right, Bob?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So people may have forgotten. Your backstory is so interesting. How did you get started as a singer-songwriter?
So I'm really lucky that I grew up in an area in Pennsylvania. I went to a public school system, and they had mandatory music classes twice a week, mandatory choir. Just like gym class was mandatory, this was mandatory. Started in first grade, and that went all the way to high school. And then in high school, you could opt out for choir, but you had to take band. And so my whole life, I was lucky enough to have training through my public school system.
That's great.
Yes. And after that, I moved as far away as I could from Pennsylvania. Graduated high school. Definitely wanted to pursue a career. I was orphaned at this point, no family. It's just me and my guitar. Barely 20 years old.
Yikes.
And yes, it's a scary, scary road to be on. And I remember that fear. And I'm going to talk about that later, actually. But I'm outside, and I moved into this hippie house in Gainesville, Florida. And I'm outside, and
Gainesville is the hippiest part of Florida, by the way.
it is. It very much is. And so it lived in a hippie house full of like 20 people, like 20 college kids, all renting this house. And I don't know anyone. I'm new. And so, but I had just recorded a song, and I had just cut an EP. And what had happened was I was watching MTV, and I saw Jessica Simpson had a music video. And I don't know what happened. It made me mad. I was so frustrated. I'm like, why? I want a shot, man. What about me? That was my feeling of 20 years old. And I got so mad at MTV. And I don't know what my problem was. But that woman inspired me to write a song. However, I knowingly ripped off another song by the New Bohemians called I Want Candy. And I took their rhythm because I liked it. And I was like, no one will know that I'm stealing this. And I wrote my own song.
Before.
That's right. No one has heard it, and no one knows it. And so anyway, I had this EP that I cut with my song that went like that. And so this old man comes driving up in a pickup truck, and he asks about a car for sale in this house, in this yard of this house that I'm living in. And I'm like, I don't know. Let me go inside. And of course, like, no one is home that day. So I come back outside. I'm like, sir, I don't know anything about the car for sale, but here's my CD. You might like it. And he's like, he laughs at me. He's like, okay. Well, anyway, here's my phone number. If you can, let me know about the car. Thanks. I'm like, okay, bye. And so he leaves. And then I'm still kind of outside hanging out. And I hear my song coming back at me. And he went around the block, and he comes back, and he's playing my song loudly, like loud. And he's like, little lady, is this you? I said, uh-huh. He's like, and you wrote that song? I said, uh-huh. He said, yeah, you wrote that beat. I said, mm-hmm. He's like, okay. That's my house over there. You're going to come over tonight at 8 o'clock. You're going to bring your guitar. You're going to bring me vanilla ice cream, sugar-free. We're going to jam and bring triple Smirnoff beer black, okay? These were the things. I wasn't even 21 yet. So I'm like, okay, how am I going to get all these things? He never gave me any money for it. And so I found a way that someone got these items for me, and I brought them over as my gift. And I knocked on the door, and his granddaughter opens the door. There's all these cool square guitars all over the walls. I'd never seen a square guitar before. And he's got these really cool photos with him in a kind of like a, I don't know, like a cowboy and sheriff hat at the same time, pointing. And he's got a reel-to-reel machine similar to the one that you guys have back there. Mm-hmm. And I could hear my song slapping on it. So it's making the slap, slap as it plays. And he pauses it. And he says, little lady, this is you, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, that's you singing? I go, yeah, that's you playing guitar. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, sit your butt down. You don't know diddly. That's my beat. You're ripping me off, and you ain't even playing it right. And I didn't know who Bo Diddley was. So I sat down and I said, well, Mr. Bo Diddley, my name is Mysti Mayhem. It's nice to meet you. And then he spent the next 4 years doing extensive training with me.
Educating you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Bringing out what the school system had taught me, like the ABCs, he taught me how to spell and read.
Yeah, you had all the basics there.
Yes. And he was like, look, girl, you can sing, but I don't believe you when you sing. Like, you got to sing. If you're going to sing with a broken heart, you got to have a broken heart. You're too young you don't have that yet.
And that's one thing we love about Mysti Mayhem is that we can feel your emotions in your voice.
Yep.
So he taught you well.
He did. He did. Rest in peace, Bo. One of my greatest friends ever. He was a great man.
Well, he taught you well, and I'm ready to have my heart broken. Will you sing us another song?
I will. I would
Okay.
love to. This one actually is very new. It literally just dropped 2 days ago. And it's my newest song. It's called Maybe Tomorrow. It's about the notion of like, I'm going to let the song speak for itself. I don't want to think that my best days are behind me. So I take another drink and do a toast to you and me. Don't lead me astray. Try to keep me in the light. I'll take another drink. Maybe tomorrow will be alright. Yeah. I'm never gonna change. The past like a shadow on the run. The future isn't here, and the now, well, it ain't too fun. Gotta play these cards and dealt. Hope my ship soon comes in. I feel the net of my regrets. I'm low on chips, but I'm going all in. Without on one thing, that my best days are behind me. So I take another drink and do a toast to you and me. Don't leave me astray. Try to keep me in the light. I'll take another drink. Maybe tomorrow will be alright. I'm just trying to get on home, but I don't wanna think that my best days are behind me. So now take another drink and do a toast to you and me. Don't lead me astray. Try to keep me in the light. So now take another drink. Maybe tomorrow will be alright.
And where did what was the origination of that song?
Well, he was actually there when it happened. We were at a gig at Flask Cocktail Bar, and it just started coming out of me. I was freestyling it, and we happened to catch it on camera. And I was like, "What was that? What happened? Was that a song?" He's like, "I think that was a song." And it was just a moment. I don't remember it was like a pure emotion thing. It was like the song came to me. It's like, "Hey, you cool with writing me right now?" And we caught it, and that's how that happened.
Well, okay, so here we are. You're just spitting songs in improv during some of your gigs. You've met Bo Diddley, and you have learned. But here you are now. There's been a span of time in there. You have made your living as a musician, by and large. Then how did that happen? Because that's the holy grail for almost everyone who walks through the door here, it seems.
And it's a tough road to hoe, I imagine, being
Yeah.
a professional musician.
So how does that happen for you?
So mine was a complete accident, literally. So my whole life, since I was 3 years old, I knew I wanted to sing for the world. Mm-hmm. And I chased everything that would lead me to that mountain my whole life. And then after my record deal did not end the way I thought it would, and the road did not turn out the way I thought it should, I kept running to spare jobs or odd jobs, whatever I could get to pay the bills, and then find my way back to my music. And then I got lost in that, taking jobs that I had no business doing, that I was unhappy at, to pay the bills so that I could find my way playing music. And one day I had an accident and I missed the last step on a flight of stairs. And I broke my ankle off of my leg, and I broke my leg at the same time. Suddenly, I'm taken out. I can no longer do the hard labored work that I was used to working. No work, in this cast, stuck on a couch.
Can't move.
Can't move. Can't do the things. And then I think I maybe went into the deepest depression of my life for a long time. 3 months into the 6 months I was on that couch, I wrote a song because it was the only thing I could do. Because I was like, I can't do anything. And I just kept saying, I can't do anything anymore. I can't do this job. I can't go work at my Guitar Center job anymore. I can't do this. I loved doing that. I can't do that. And then this notion came, wait a minute. You can still write a song. You didn't lose that. And so out of that, I lost all the work, but I was able to sit down and play my guitar. I could still do that. And so I was forced back into my musical career because I had no other choice. I had to find the way. I couldn't pay the bills any other way. And orphaned at a young age, I had no one to carry me through this time. So I really had to find a way. And through my fans helping me through that time, music became my full-time job, and somehow I'm still able to do it. So, yeah, it was an accident.
That's amazing, given the sea change that we have all seen happen with streaming, with seeing how live performances, that can be very hit or miss if people don't have a person to do it for them. And so how does that work for you? Because I'm going to give an example because he's been very open about it. Our friend Jonathan Bird has been very open about the fact that when he doesn't sell CDs, records like he used to, and of course now he's off the road, like that was his income. This is Jonathan Bird. He was a big freaking deal, and it's kind of done for a while for him. So how does it work for you?
So for me, I've just found my solace within the live show. I've never translated well in studio as I do live anyway. So I focused on that. And I focused on making the people in front of me happy, whatever that entailed. If they because I love playing cover songs and I love my original songs too. I guess because I'm a performer at heart, I don't care whose song I'm singing. If you're smiling while I'm singing it, that makes me happy. And so I found ways to just work with my crowd, and between live performances, the tips that they leave, thank God, digitally, in a world that we can leave like digital tips.
Yeah, now that Venmo is around, you can have your QR code up there on the tip bucket.
Yes, for the people who are philanthropists that like to help, that's bridged so much.
And people don't have cash anymore.
And people don't have cash. And then I also have a Patreon page, which, so just side note, curious footnote, my YouTube channel of 7 years was permanently banned and deleted by Don Henley from the Eagles because I shared fan footage of us performing Hotel California. And so I can't be on YouTube anymore, but I created a Patreon page. So that's the place where everybody goes now to see my stuff.
This is a good point where we can tell people where to go, because you mentioned the difference between you in the studio environment and you live. And I agree, the studio is fantastic, but the live, you vibe with the audience really well.
Thank you.
And getting into a live Mysti Mayhem show is something that everybody should do. So how can folks find you online and know where you're playing live next?
Thank you for asking. The easiest way would be to go to my professional website, mystimayhem.com, mystimayhem.com, and you'll find all of the information there. My Patreon page, my Spotify, all of it. It's all there. That's the easiest, peasiest, wheeziest way to go.
Oh, and it's y'all, it moves. So, no, here's why you need to go. And don't misspell mayhem like I did. It's M-A-Y-H-E-M, derp derp derp. I run a spelling bee, by the way. Isn't that fun? Anyway, so when you pull up this website, it's in like this Laverne and Shirley colors, this really lovely teal and pink. And so I'm already in. Yeah. And also, you are smacked in the face with a big Mysti Mayhem live performance. Go to the website, and yes, you can see right here tour dates. You have tour dates right here, and she is She is playing this week several times. Leave your house, y'all.
Yes.
Get out and see Misty.
Yeah.
Come on out. It's a good
And-
time.
Let's hear Misty play another song.
Heck
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah. You know, let's do this. So I just recorded this this year with, it's actually a re-recording. I went to Virginia and I got to meet Jam Phelps from Dank Studios. And
Cool.
yeah, it was an awesome experience. And we did 2 songs, and this is one of them. And it's called Song in My Soul. I wrote it when I had writer's block, and I decided to write a song about how I couldn't write a song. If 1,000 words is worth a picture, then I got albums of rhyme and scripture. And I got a million things to say, but I stop myself halfway. And that writer's block says, why bother writing this? It'll never be on the radio or people's TV sets. But I got a song in my soul. I've been too busy wondering what it sounds like instead of letting go. I'm saying goodbye, baby, to my ego, so I can write, yeah, that song for my soul, yeah. Well, I know if my spirit is in tune with the world, it'll echo back no matter my smile or word. Well, I finally got into a point where I don't know what's going on, and I'm questioning that path I chose versus the one I'm on. That writer's block says, yeah, why bother writing this? It'll never be on the radio or people's TV sets. But I got a song, hey, in my soul. I'll be too busy wondering what it sounds like instead of letting go. Say bye, 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 baby, to my ego, so I can write, yeah, honey, that song from my soul. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's all right. Yeah, yeah. Oh, hello. Yeah, I salute us artists. We can't be in that top percent, 'cause we create beyond illuminated screens, honey, and we refuse to lament. So just write that song from your soul, huh? Don't be busy wondering what it sounds like instead of letting go. Just say goodbye, baby, to your ego, so you can write that song for your soul. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah. Just write that song from your soul, yeah.
Mysti Mayhem live here on Pass the Hat. Misty, you played a few songs now, and I feel like I need to ask you about your songwriting process because you introed the first song, "A Good Day to Be Alive," kind of as you were having a really bad day, and you're going to write a song about having a really bad day, and the opposite came out. And then the next song was something you were playing live, and you were just kind of making up it as you go along, and it was just the ether giving you a song. And so I'm wondering, what's your process? Do you have a process when you think it's time to write a song? Do you just sit down and woodshed it and you start playing and song happens? Do you like have a bunch of ideas written down? How do these things come together?
It's everything. So I consider myself a farmer. Mm-hmm. And whenever I'm inspired and someone says a lyric or a line, I have a little notepad on my phone and I speak it in there. And I'm constantly gathering seeds. And then I have learned, unfortunately, that I need structure in my life, because if I don't force myself for 1 hour a week to sit down and try to work with the seeds I gathered, I don't do it. And I've had to learn the hard way after 40 years on this planet that I need structure. So what I do is for 1 hour every week, I gather all those seeds. I'm like, okay, what fits? What needs to happen? Who wants to come out next? Who wants to be birthed into the world next? And sometimes nothing happens, but it's also like a dance with the universe. It's not just me. So I often don't hear melody. I'm more of a lyricist. So I receive the melody, and that can happen while I'm trying to work it, or it'll happen like live on stage in the middle of a crowd when they want Wagon Wheel. I'm like, nope, something's coming in. Sorry, give me 1 second. And I'll press record, and then like I'll send that immediately to my cello player. Like, I'm a in the moment. So there's like so many different ways, but I feel like I really receive it more than I create it.
So, where am I going? I like that you're open to wherever the songs come from, that you don't have this locked in, this is what I'm doing, and here's the process, and if it doesn't fit the process, you're not happening.
Yeah,
you have a little bit of a process, but it's coming from everywhere. Yes,
it's chaos. Or organized chaos. Mm-hmm. And what I like is this has been the Achilles heel of my career, is that record companies don't want to touch me because I'm not one genre. If you listen to my songs, they're all very unique. They all need to be sung in a different way because that's the way that song wants to be sung. So I don't consider myself like, oh, I'm a blues artist, so all my songs have to be this way.
Yeah, it's not formulaic that way at all.
It's not. I don't work that way. But that's also my strength, I think. It may not work for the record companies, but it seems to work really well for my audience. So
it works for me.
You know where, as you said that, Misty, it occurred to me that you need to go somewhere so you can, because I feel you on that. I'm much more a person of language and words. And I do think that melodies come to me. And for me, they come through the rhythm of running and being outdoors and the exercise I do. But also when I go to places like Bob Johnson's wood shop. Here's why I say this. You need to go there sometime. And
I've heard epic things.
Yeah, like go.
It's going to get better.
And sit. And it makes me wonder, since you hear melody because when I've been in your wood shop and when I hear you working with things, I hear music in that. And it very much is melody. He may not hear it, but I do. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like when I hear the various seasons of birds, because now I'm the old lady who knows the different bird calls. That's alarming.
Girl, I'm
anyway.
With you. Been watching birds and squirrels all year. I'm serious.
I joined the Audubon Society this year. Okay, anyway, we'll talk.
We will talk.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that for those people like you who receive melody from the universe, take a field trip. And I would love to hear the song of Bob Johnson's Woodshop, sung by Mysti Mayhem.
Give me another couple of months. So I've got the big wood shop built. We've got a bunch of land. We've got it's an old grist mill site, so there's a 30-foot tall stone dam and the waterfall coming over it, just right around the corner from the shop. But behind the shop, where all the birds and the squirrels and the deer and all the wildlife are, I'm carving into the hillside a little stage for people to play. So
it's gonna be so awesome.
Misty.
Come on out to Bob's wood shop. I'm
here for it.
I'm there.
But tonight is all about Mysti Mayhem.
It is, and we're almost to the top of the hour. Can you lay us down another song, and then we'll do what we need to do at the top of the hour?
Oh, sure.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, why don't we? I'd like to play Garden. This is a song I wrote about self-love and self-care, and I don't know why, but I'm so happy it did. Someone captured a live video of me performing this at Greenway Beer and Wine in Rollsville, and it went viral on Facebook, and it's almost at 1 million views.
What?
Yes.
You gotta be kidding me.
It's
incredible.
Song.
I'm so happy.
Woo.
I know that it doesn't matter. I know stuff like that doesn't matter. But it made me a little happy. Okay.
It matters. That's 1 million people who saw Mysti Mayhem.
That's a lot. I mean, 500,000 views might be mine, but look.
Hey, I'll take them.
We had no money, but we were rich. We didn't own a name stand on. It was ours while we looked at it. Some of my best memories are from the most dire of times. If I contend to my garden, everything will be just fine. If I contend to my garden, everything will be just fine. If I contend to my garden. I'm not sure of when my time is up, but I can tell you one thing. I'm never, ever, never, ever gonna give up, no. My trials will be my triumphs and my testimony, my trophy. I just need a half off after you hear my stuffy eye. I'm grateful, yeah. Grateful, yeah. For today, for today. I'd rather have rejection of my true reflection than live a lie and be accepted. Yuck. Yeah, no one has this together. Some are just really good actors. Unfair advantages with some chromosomics factors and beautiful bounties of bad advice mixed with the beautiful bold advice. Somehow I navigate well enough to stay alive. I go outside without my phone so that my brain won't confuse my screen for sunshine. 'Cause I'm grateful, grateful for today, for today. If I contend to my garden, everything will be just fine. If I contend to my garden, everything. If I contend to my garden, everything will be just fine. Yeah. If I contend to my garden, everything will be fine.
More Mysti Mayhem live here in the studio, and that's Mysti, Misty. Go to MystiMayhem.com. Learn where she's playing next.
MYSTI.
And
Did I say it backwards?
Yes, but that's okay.
let's make the FCC happy by saying that you are listening to WHUP LP Hillsboro, which brings us to the top of the hour and Delicious Things, in which Mysti Mayhem must be a spokesmodel in the manner of Vanna White and The Price is Right people and such.
We have entered the second hour of Pass the Hat, and support for this second hour is sweetly provided by Matthews Chocolates, 104 North Churton Street, Hillsboro, North Carolina, the finest in chocolate and chocolate accessories for all of your chocolate needs. And let's face it, we all have chocolate needs. Matthew opened the shop specifically today because he's closed all week just so he could make this box of chocolate for Mysti, because he loves Mysti too. And y'all, the shop will be open back up sometime, probably Wednesday next week. And you know Valentine's Day is coming up, and you need to start planning ahead. Don't show up February 13th and try and buy some chocolate for your sweetheart at Matthew's. Place an order in advance, and you will be happy. They will be happy. Everything will be wonderful.
It looks like Misty's fixing to be real happy. She's going to dig right in right now.
Not even a bass player.
Oh my goodness. Look at that.
Oh, those are
Oh
so
my
pretty.
goodness. Okay, look, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna earn my chocolate. Thank you so much.
Thank you to Matthew.
Yeah, those are good boxes.
Yeah, he is a wizard. He is a chocolate wizard.
A chocolate wizard indeed.
He's also really kind. He will
is
ask
not.
about
is.
this one matter, and that is he'll ask about restrictions. You know, do people have dietary restrictions? Because he does make things that could potentially kill some of us. And
Yeah, if you
you
have
know,
nut allergies, or if you're one of those weirdos with a citrus allergy.
yeah, maybe. Yeah, he's trying not to kill us. Isn't that nice?
I think that's really nice.
Yeah.
I think that's really sweet.
Well, we are here in this second hour of Pass the Hat, still with Mysti Mayhem, MYSTI, Mayhem,
Yes.
MystiMayhem.com. Go out there and find out where she's playing live, because, as we've said, that live experience is going to blow your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're here now, so
am.
check her out now. Play us another one.
Okay, I could do that. Let's see what I got. So when I talked earlier, I mentioned how I was stuck on the couch in my cast, broke my ankle off of my leg and my leg. I don't recommend that. 1 out of 10, do not recommend. And this song came to me, and I realized that I wasn't completely broken. I could still write music. And so this is a very honest song about pain in life. And I called it Walk Through the Fire, because it was the first time in my life that I couldn't get out of a situation. I couldn't call a friend and be like, hey, could you do this for me? I couldn't borrow money. There was nothing to be done except for my body to heal, and in its own time. And since then, I've walked through many other kinds of fires, and I've just learned, man, when we're not walking through fire, our job is going to be carrying buckets of water for those who are.
Amen.
Yup.
Pain, it just brings out the character, like a little sriracha of flavor. I got no money, yeah, but I got a cable turning pen and paper. I'm figuring out new ways to use my blessings for a higher power. I will walk through the fire. I'll bring purpose to my name. I will walk through the fire. I will rise above the flames. I will walk, yeah. I will walk, yeah, yeah. Same. I couldn't see this coming. Like a little lemon and salt in a wound, yeah. Oh, it ain't healing. Time and prayer heals all wounds. Oh, Lord knows I've been praying. Yeah, my faith kicked in a higher gear, letting the higher power driving me. I will walk through the fire. I'll bring purpose to my name. I will walk through the fire. I will rise above the flames. I will walk, yeah. I will walk, yeah, yeah. Oh, yes, I will, yeah. I'll bring purpose to my name. I will walk through the fire. I will rise above the flames. I will walk. I will walk, yeah. Whew. Yes, I will.
Hey, can we talk about how Mysti sings?
We really need to, because we've talked about playing the guitar. We've talked about music background generally, but
Yeah.
Lord of mercy, that voice.
Yes, and it's so let's maybe not talk about what everyone always talks about. And yeah, we know you're blowing the roof off the place. Everyone knows that, and we can probably guess how that happens. But here's what we don't always talk about, and that is we can hear every word that comes out of your mouth. We can understand every word that comes out of your mouth, and you know very well that there's a lot of really talented singer-songwriters who get up there and it's, I don't know what they're chewing on, but you can't hear crap. And that lack of articulation is keeping them from going to the next level. And you are singing complex lyrics, complex melodies, and we're understanding every word that comes out of Mysti Mayhem's mouth.
Thank you very much for that.
I know you prioritize that.
Yeah.
So how do you practice? How do you make that happen so that the message hits us in the way that you want it to hit us?
So it's, every, when songwriting, it's not like my Facebook posts. They can't just go on forever. I have very few words I can use, and so those words have to be purposeful.
Absolutely.
And I think it comes from my formal training.
Yep.
I remember a lot of like lip movements, big lip movements, because I was also in like off-Broadway plays, no microphones, bellowing and singing out. And you had to over-enunciate your words and sound ridiculous, you know? And that's where I really get it. And I never lost that. I don't have it when I speak. I'm a bumble mouth and I talk too fast. But in my songs, I really believe that when you place that emotion behind the word, it needs to sound like it. And even to this day, when I feel like I can't hit my notes, it's because I'm not using my embouchure correctly. I'm not using my mouth correctly. And I'm like, okay, tighten up the lips. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so much a part of it. Breath control only leads to loudness.
Yep.
It's that mouth. It's your mouth, right?
Absolutely.
My mouth has gotten me in a lot of trouble, but
Well-
it serves me well in the music industry.
And also, here's something that maybe I'm not keeping up, but so here's something I don't recall because I follow you on the socials and I don't ever recall you posting anything or reaching out and saying, "Oh, I blew out my voice." Like, because you take care of the health of your voice. We know lots of people who sing with a great deal of volume. I suppose I can if I want to, but I choose not to. I would rather enunciate and convey emotion. How do you take care of your voice while thoughtfully deciding, okay, now I'm going to exert?
So it's really I picture myself as an athletic runner.
See?
And I picture it as like if I'm in training and like, okay, so I have 5 gigs this week and I can't lazily get through. But I work with my audience. If they're not paying attention, I'm going to jam out on my guitar.
There you go.
But the second
Save
I
your
got
voice.
them, save the voice. But the second I got them, I do that. And what I learned is if you have a big breath of air in your gut and you always have full lung, you'll never hurt your voice.
Yeah.
You hurt your voice when you don't have enough air inside of you. All of my singers in the audience, hear me now. Big breaths every time, even if it feels ridiculous. Because it does. These are big, obnoxious breaths you're taking. But that's how you're getting your volume out. And then anything else, you're forcing your larynx. And that's when damage happens. And then the hard way I learned also, no nicotine. Get rid of the nicotine.
Good call.
And
Yep.
water is your best friend. I used to love just drinking whiskey on stage, and I found out that doesn't have longevity. It just doesn't. And so water is your friend, and big, huge breaths.
Yep.
And then knowing your audience and when to time it. When I was younger and I was very nervous and I felt like the need I had to always like impress people and prove myself and like, look at me. And then I'm like, I'm going to lose it trying to do that game. I'm here to be a part of the crowd.
Yeah.
Let me find that. And when I found that, I could have my pace. I have pace now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So those are my tips, my pro tips.
Yeah, the other aspect to the fantasticness of your voice in a live setting is, and I say this from a radio host perspective, you have amazing mic control also.
Yeah.
So you have this big belting voice that can come out, but you also have this kind of playful little girl voice sometimes, and the way you move in and out from the microphone makes a huge difference. I've seen Kim Lane over here. She's running the board tonight, and she hears you really getting loud, and I see her reaching for the gain and then realizing, oh, I don't need to change anything. Misty's got it controlled.
Well, I
Thank
do
God.
only at those peaks because I want everyone to, because I know what the board does and doesn't do. But
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah, my job should be, if I do my job well, you shouldn't have to do that too much.
It's not
Exactly.
hard. Yeah, I've only done it maybe 3 or 4 times at
In
those
fact,
peaks.
the first time I came here, I didn't know mic control 10 years ago the way I do now. And I clearly remember listening back, and I'm just eating this microphone
Yeah.
with everything I got. And I was like, okay, mental note next to my goodbye, just like back off the mic a little bit, man. So thank you
Yeah.
for saying that. It's
It-
taken a long time.
It works. It works really well.
Yep.
Thank you.
And it's clear that you're working on it.
Yeah.
Or have worked on it to get here.
Yeah, always. Yeah, I want to be as equally powerful when I'm soft, which has been like, so in the beginning of my career, right, like, stage shows and opera and loud and choir, right? But there's so much more power that can be done with a soft voice. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
trying to work on that part of it more in my career.
Yeah, you
Well-
make people listen by whispering, right?
People are listening, and you'll see when you check in on our social media page, people are excited to hear you.
There's
so-
only one marriage proposal so far.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, so I think they want to hear another song.
All right, well, I got another song. I can do that. I'm already taken, though. I'm sorry. Okay, so this song is another song I just came out with, and I'm really proud of it. It was the other song that we recorded at Dank Studios, and I had to put a timestamp on my healing. Between the emotional healing of growing up without family, physical healing, I found myself that I was in my season of healing for too long. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, instead of like being ready to like leap forward, I was babying myself too much. And so I was like, I'm still in healing. I can't do it. Bye. And I was like, no, man, you're ready. You just got to jump. And so that's what I've been doing lately. I'm jumping, and it feels good. And that's what this is about. This is called Time in Life. How much time do you need? 'Cause time in life is not guaranteed. So tell all your friends what you need. 'Cause time in life is not guaranteed. I'm feeling good, got my feet on the ground, chasing these old dreams down. I'm feeling fine, got love on my mind, feeling fine, yeah. Yeah, fine, 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 fine. So how much time do you need? 'Cause time in life is not guaranteed. So tell all your friends what you need. 'Cause time in life is not guaranteed. I'm starting to see things differently. I'm starting to see clearly. I feel my self-worth. I see the good works, chasing my destiny. Yeah. Oh.
It's true, though.
You know what? I'm still thinking about the intro to that song, Misty, where you were drawing a distinction between healing and growth, I think, and that it's hard to do both at the same time. You do your healing and then you do your growth, and you kind of have to know when that transition happens.
Yeah. You have to know when it's time to start pushing up through that soil, even though it hurts, but you're ready. And that's tough because if you're not ready, you get squished. But you rot if you wait for too long.
How do you know? How did you know? It was just a feeling you had, like, it's time.
It was like a combination of my inner feelings, my outer angels, and my friends all saying, like, I think you're ready now. Like, I think you're ready to push this further and go try again. And
that's super important, is having a community and listening to them.
Dude, it's hard. Listen, ask my friends and how much good advice they give me and my resistance to it, only to wind up taking it anyway.
Oh, we're all in the same boat. We all think we know better than everybody else about ourselves, and we'll listen to maybe 1% of the advice that we get.
That's right.
Maybe.
Well, and also, when really bad things happen to you, you're working to hit baseline again. You're working to just reach the soil again, if you will. And then to break through is also really scary because now you know something really bad can happen.
You're exposed again.
Yeah, and if
I get hurt again.
Yeah, and something even worse. And so that's the hard part. Yeah. So that's the hard part but it's like your other song, You Walk Through the Fire. So you've got these divergent thoughts saying, well, I've walked through the fire again. I don't really want to, but I know I can.
Yep. No, you can.
So I may as well give it a go.
That's right. Again. You know, and speaking of movies, because I love movies, but I just saw Inside Out 2.
So good.
I loved the part, or maybe Inside Out 1. I can't remember. I saw both of them recently, but one of the scenes is that it was 2. Our character is having an anxiety attack, and all of the bad thoughts are coming through. What if this bad thing happens? And what if that bad thing happens? And Joy comes in to remind her that your imagination is also used for good.
Yeah.
What if this good thing happens? What if that awesome thing happens? And so I actually do more of that positive thinking because of that. So
I was that character for Halloween this year.
Girls,
you know what's hilarious is my daughter, when the movie...
She was anxiety.
Well, so when we saw the movie in the theater, we don't see a ton, but Lucy, that character came out. She made her debut. And my daughter leaned forward in the seat in the theater, and she just looked, and she was like, huh. And she just... And she was like, so you've got your Halloween costume, because this is not a stretch here at all. Nice kid.
Your daughter knows you, I guess, huh?
Real nice
Our
kid.
kids, babes, the mouth of babes, man.
Oh my God. Well, I think we've probably got time for at least 2 more songs. I think. Yeah.
All right.
Maybe squeeze
if we
3.
can persuade Misty to play us any music.
Yeah, I think.
Oh
we can.
yeah, I'm excited about all of that. All right. So this song, was one of my happier moments of recording this one. Pretty proud piece. It was I was living out of a busted down RV trying to make my dreams come true, and I wound up in a place that I didn't want to be at anymore, and it was just an ugly situation. I moved to an area I thought it would like, and it was hell on earth, and I had just enough money left over from my record deal, which was said and done, to make one final move in my RV, and then that was it. I was going to have to start making money again. And so I blindfolded myself, and I threw a dart at a map. And I was living in New Mexico at this time, and it landed in a place called Durham, North Carolina. And so I kind of hippity-hopped online, checked it out, got a house on eBay, and then I moved here. And the first time I saw the house was when I moved inside of it. And I took a big leap, and it worked for me. It worked for me. I got my life back on track. So this is called Boxcars and Wine. It's a song about wanting more for yourself, not knowing what's going to happen, but taking that leap and just going and saying anything has to be better than where I'm at now. chances. I've been chasing the stars. I ain't no saint, and I'm the sailor of time, babe. And I've seen good men turn to dogs. I've heard nations cry. Lord, I'm young, but I feel like it's my time to rise above and make a change. I'll do it now, but it's too late. Lord, I want a better life than boxcars and wine. Yeah. Woo. That's right. Yet I'm feeling low, like I ain't. Yet I ain't got what it takes. Yet I'm fighting odds that would make a gambler cry. And I'm taking off my kid gloves and putting my fear aside. I just wanna live while I'm alive. So I'll rise above and make the change and do it now before it's too late. Lord, I want a better life than boxcars and wine. Ooh, yeah, I do. Ooh, yeah. Lord, I want Lord, I need, yeah. Lord, I want a better life than boxcars.
Mysti Mayhem live here in the studio where everybody is falling in love with her.
I love you all. Thanks for having me on.
That
Thank
song,
you.
As you know, in our new format of the show since the pandemic a few years ago, previously we had two musical acts for 1 hour during a 2-hour show. So we had just lots of, I was about to say mayhem, but that's not right. Lots of confusion here in the studio. These days, we've changed that down to one live act during 1 hour, and then we bookend that with some recorded music on the back end that our guest provides intros for. And then the first 30 minutes, music that we play on a playlist from a theme, and we've included Boxcars and Wine 3 or 4 times just because it is a fantastic song and it fits so many of our themes.
It does. I sing along in my head, though. Box wine.
You and all my friends, girl.
Okay.
Yes.
Because that's what I hear.
Box wine and cars.
See, I feel okay now.
Look, a wine company
Costco.
needs to pick me up on this, right? Come on. Box wine company, call me.
Well, can you play us out with one more quick song?
Sure.
All right.
It's called Get in Touch with the Giggle because life is too short to take seriously.
See, you've been listening to Mysti Mayhem, so listen up for this last song.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Who leave behind who I am and say goodbye to who I was. Yeah, who to become now is my next chapter. Now that I'm out of my own shadow, I have the rest of my life to look after. I got in touch with the giggle. Ooh, got in touch with the giggle. Ow. Every day I laugh at myself. about forgiveness and love, the more bad choices we make, yeah. If you're feeling low, you gotta start from inside out. Align yourself and find out this is all about you, yeah. Get in touch with the giggle, woo. Get in touch with the giggle, baby. Every day just laugh at yourself. Don't be beating down. How's it thunder, baby? When I want you, no one else. All right. Okay. So if you wanna fly, you gotta jump. Just fall back in love and get in touch with your giggle. Get in touch with your giggle. Every day just laugh at your ha. Doing me beaming and down, clouds and thunder, baby. I wouldn't want you. There's no one else. Get in touch with your giggle. Get in touch with your giggle. Every day. Not every other day. Not some of the days of the week. Not some of the days of the year. Every day just laugh it, yeah.
You have been listening to Mysti Mayhem. We just saved you a trip to church this week, y'all. That was it. You've been there. You're welcome.
Go learn more at MystiMayhem.com. That's MYSTI
MAYHEM.com.
Find out where all the local gigs are. Go and see them. Sign up for the Patreon so you can get insight into the inner workings of Mysti Mayhem's songcraft and all the good stuff you get out of Patreon. And stick around, because this is the end of the live stream, but we're going to play music that Mysti brought in. She's going to provide some intros and outros, and we should do that intro for the first song now and then say goodbye to the live stream.
All right.
Do you remember your first song, or it's Ani DeFranco?
It is, thank you.
Yes, okay.
It is Ani DeFranco, and she's got to be one of the most influential people of my life, actually. She's the reason I started playing the way I do. So here we go with Ani DeFranco.
Sweet.
And wave goodbye to the live stream. Y'all folks watching the live stream, the show does not end. Come back to WHUPFM.org. Click Listen Now and hear the whole thing.